Hello, hello. How's it going? And the stream's a little later than intended, but we're here. Yeah, I was balancing a number of unexpected but good surprises today, and that ended up making things take a little bit longer. But yeah, we're gonna do some more work on the commission. And hey, how you doing? You're doing good, and hope you're doing. Hope Raygun's doing good. And yeah. So earlier today, I was kind of surprised. And if you follow socials, I think I only have the notifications on Twitter, unfortunately. But a friend suggested my friend suggested I put the Switch 2 on my throne, and then yeah, it seems like everyone got together and unfunded it, and it arrived today. So very quickly moving events. So I've been setting it up. But yeah, I'm doing good. Been very tired. I guess not just this week, but just for a while. So that's still a thing, um, but things are kind of slowly kind of falling into place in a sense that is a little bit more like the like level of consistency is hopefully like a month away or so. I just got to keep working until then. I'm trying to just keeping things going. But yeah, so got the Switch 2, got files transferred over from the Switch. Yeah, the Switch wasn't mine. It's a family member's, and they gonna let me use it. But since my game files were there, I was able to transfer it over. But yeah, I haven't bought any games for it yet, but I'll probably check out the GameCube, Nintendo Online stuff. F-Zero GX is like one of my favorite games, so it'll be fun to try to play that in a higher resolution. But yeah, we can go over to the art scene. Yeah, so this is kind of where we are. I did, got the rigging in place. I also started like a basic iRig. Oops. Let me select it. I don't think I oh, all right, I'm in pose mode, that's why. Yeah, so iRig is in place, so that'll make things easier when we get to animating. Yeah, I think yeah, right now it's just parented to the head. So when I move the head, oops. Actually, no, it doesn't. I think I had something set up in the constraints or something, but maybe not. The idea is there'll be a constraint or something to make it move with the head. Well, it might not be necessary because he's not going to be walking around. It's going to be for reactive. So really for today, my main thing is making some blend shapes for animation, and doing the kind of finalizing the fur on the face, because there are like some areas that need to be touched up. Yeah, so we can get to that. We could probably just start pretty easy with the shape keys. We're going to keep it fairly similar. I'm going to try to match kind of like the rig they would have on a stop motion model. So it's not going to be like fully what do you would call it? It's not going to be as articulate as you would probably normally do for a 3D model. So you know, can do like eyebrow up. And then we're gonna, so we'll have like eyebrow up, eyebrow down. Well, thank you for the follow. This is going to be hope you're doing good. Yeah, so this is kind of probably where most of the day is going to go is on these blend shapes. The fur is going to look off, I think. It's not too bad, actually. Now, I think the head is still... Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the lurk. So we want to... Yeah, it's... There's always that kind of alien phase. I'm also noticing there's kind of a weird thing with the ology there. Hey Barry, how's it going? It also looks better when it's rendered, but lighting will do a ton as well. But yeah, without the final like fur rendering, it has this very like thin human hair like a vibe to it. Yeah. If I just mirror unzone, there we go. That's better. So this is gonna be right. Oh, oops, that's because hold on, I gotta undo that. I'm gonna duplicate. Then we mirror. Yeah, I want to finish in the next couple of days. So, I'm excited for it all to, all the work to be, pay off, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So, and I think, yeah, I think we're gonna have one where the kind of this area is gonna pull back. So cheek left, we'll just call it that. And we'll strengthen it a bit more. And it just gives us a little bit more like expressiveness. And then just like a mouth flap. Yeah, because I was trying to, you can kind of see it here, where it's, I mean, this is a little different because the nose here is a little bit narrower of the bridge compared to this. It always varies, kind of from scene to scene. But yeah, they normally go pretty deep in the face, um, on the source material. I think that's good. And then we'll duplicate that. We'll mirror it. It'll be cheek right. I think it's probably going to be a little bit rougher is the blinks. Blinking. Actually, I still need to debate on how I'm going to do the blink because it always kind of seems a mixed bag between just having like another shape just around the eyelid or kind of like a material that just kind of goes over. So I may see about doing it that way because I don't think they have a rig to actually like close the eyelids as much. Um, we do need to want like a almost like a lip pucker. Um, let's call lip one for now. So the idea would be like bringing these, and this is going to be mirrored. Yeah, Foxander is big on Little Big Planet, so they wanted to kind of have that. It's sort of like integrated, similar to the way that like Sackboy's um, zipper is. Well, let's undo that actually because they probably wouldn't have a rig for that. But I think that's good. Maybe a little bit lower actually. It looks like I did lose some of the. Oh, never mind. They're just overlapping, so that's fine. Well, actually, no. It does look like we lost some of our mirroring. Yeah, good night, Barry. Hope you get some good rest. And I guess we can have a blend shape for a blink even if we end up not using it. Let's also do a cheek up. So Yeah, I think that'll give some good expressiveness. And let's do blink. I don't think we're going to do any winking, so we're just going to do the winking or the blink skull is going to be one thing. Okay. Oh, J-Crew, welcome in. It's been a while. How you doing? Let me give you a shout out. Hope all's been going well. And for those that don't know me, I'm Brad Botnick, and I normally do 3D art and late at night. We're doing it a little bit earlier today. But yeah, welcome in. You're doing good. Yeah, right now we're working on a commission for a stop motion style reactive VTuber in the style of Fantastic Mr. Fox. So I hit the rendered view, you can kind of see it better. And the hair on the arms and stuff are disabled at the moment just because, you know, trying not to crash Blender. But yeah, we still got some touch-ups on the fur to do. And yeah, this model's good. I think I'm hoping to finish in the next couple of days. Yeah, I've been working on this for a few months, probably a little too long. But yeah. Hey, Corgi, how's it going? But yeah, so you can see I got some toggles as well. I actually do have an eyelid mesh. It might not be lined up. It's not. Well, thanks for the follow. Yes, we got glasses. I still need to adjust the glasses material, I think, though it depends on the lighting. Yeah, there we go. So we have the world. So we have glasses. And then we have our goggles. Oh, these I think require the other lighting at the moment. I'll need to fix that up a bit. Yeah, the oversized zipper is kind of reminiscent of a Sackboy. And then, yeah, other than the goggles, we also have the vest. Yeah, so today I'm going to be working on the fur a little bit more. You can see like we lost some symmetry on the ears and they got to be more floofy. Yeah, AI ads are, I mean, Adobe ads in general aren't fun. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy with how it's turning out. Yeah, let's go back to this. Yeah, so right now we're just doing some blend shapes. Hey Darko, how's it going? But yeah, how's your art been doing? I've been still like following a lot of the stuff you've been doing on like on socials a bit. Hopefully the environment work is doing good. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to be using these blinking blend shapes because I'll probably be using like a shape instead, like they would use on a stop motion set. But it's good to have options. Ooh, muscle nice. Working. I haven't worked on a proper environment in a piece in a hot minute, but working on a project with folks for portfolio. Oh, nice. Hope it all works out real well. I'm looking forward to see how it. Yeah. Look forward to see what you make. Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm not going to actually. Yeah, no blend shape for the eyelid actually. I realize this is definitely not what they would be using. But I could get my eyelids back. Oh yeah. I kind of wish I didn't delete. I mean, the origin point should be correct. So long as I get the sizing correct, it should be fine. Oh, thanks for the blanket. It actually is a little cooler. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, actually, here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so it'll only be a few frames. Oh, did it not undo the entire thing? Sometimes Blender has been messing up for me for some reason. I'm still... That was what it was. That's fine. But yeah, so just a few frames, but it'll kind of close like this. And then go back up. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for dropping in. It's good to see you. You have a good night. Yeah, it can be a little creepy looking when the individual pieces are on. See, is this the same material? 8. Yeah, I think that's what I want. I do want to... make sure that it's... it has like the right texture. I feel like I need some wobble in there too. Normally I want to do it this way, but in this case it should be fine. It looks kind of creepy, but trust the process. Yeah, just so it looks a little less even here and there. Now I do want to line this up, I think. Yeah, that'll work. And then I just need to make sure that these are parented. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, glad to see you. We have a good productive night. Oh yeah, I gotta turn off the... Oh, I think I need the mirror though. Can I use a bone? No. I mean, I technically can. What I would do is take an empty. We'll zero it out. And then we can just parent the bone, or sorry, parent the empty to the bone. Now, if we take this and we mirror across, there we go. And we'll call this our eyelid mirror control. And then we can just hide it. We can save. Am I on the right? I just want to make sure I'm on the right particle system, and it looks like I am. Puff. I'm gonna add a bit more though. I want these to be very fluffy ears. Comb, strength. Puff. Let's change the length here a little. We want to comb it a little. Puff. I'm not a fan of how there's those little particles there. those ears are looking a lot better. We just need to make sure there's a little bit more there. I think we do want to go a little bit longer on the cheeks as well. We want to match kind of the vibe. So we can length. I want to add some to the back here. We want to increase their length. We want to make sure we comb. A little long on this side, but we have the right idea. And we can just do that by cutting. Yes, we need it a little bit longer on this side and combed a bit further. Hey Baker, how's it going? Ooh, baking, nice. Hope what you come up with ends up being delicious. Well, that sounds interesting. Sourdough banana bread. Yeah, I just got to come it back a little now there, I think. Because a little forward. Yeah, definitely. I mean, no banana can be pretty versatile too, flavor wise. Yeah, though I guess one problem with this is we are losing some of our uh, texture. So I'll need to comb, I think, to avoid masking that. Yeah, we just got to keep coming down a little bit more. We're getting the profile we want, which is good. Yeah, so you just got to comb up that left side. And then I think I just want to puff. Just want to move this down. And puff. I invert the weight, that'd be kind of nice. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, we're doing good. This is going to be the majority of the stream, I think. Let's point, just trying to finesse all the fur. Yeah, we don't really need it to be symmetrical and entirely because, you know, they don't have mirror modifiers in real life. You do want it to be kind of normal looking volume though. And I like the volume here, the shape. So I think I need a bit more fur that's a bit longer over on the other side. Yeah. When it comes to baking, I don't know if you do this a lot, but when I think of things to bake, like banana bread, I then can kind of think about more things to make from the thing you make, like sourdough banana bread French toast. Could be interesting. Okay, we're getting somewhere on the shape. Then we just need a little bit more length over here. Yeah, and then I'll fill this shape out. Let's change it to this mode, save. Oh, and I guess I should mention the stream may go down uh, just because, you know, particle systems sometimes can be mean to graphics cards. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. For the, I do think I need to brush it back though. Gotta think about it in multiple dimensions. Or axes, rather. Yeah, I think that's good. Then I think we kind of want a little bit, let's see. We can maybe shorten the hair around the eyes a little bit more. So we can do length, shrink. We'll just kind of slowly do that. We want to make sure both particle systems are set correctly. So this is for material head. And this is, okay, they're both on the right texture. That's good. Yeah, we lose some definition on like the speckles over here. I can maybe see by just making them more apparent in the textures themselves. Maybe that'll make it work. But I can do that later because I feel like anytime I'm painting textures in Blender at the moment, it takes up a lot of processing power. It normally crashes my tablet driver. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen. But yeah, if it does happen, just know the stream might end earlier than anticipated. Okay, so I think we want to just start with the length. I think we're probably good on the amount of particles. It's just a matter of getting them to have that nice wispy look. Oh, whoops, I'm on shrink. That would affect things. I think that's kind of more in line of what I want, and I just need to comb it a little bit. Let's puff around the edges here. Oh, thanks for the save. How you doing? Oh, and thanks for the hydrate. And the stretch. Hey, hope you're doing well, Nisi. Yeah, I've been doing good. Very busy, so I've been, a bit worn out. So most of my streams have been a little bit shorter, a little bit lower energy. But hopefully we'll get to a point soon where that won't be as much of a thing. Like, it won't be as big of a problem. But yeah, I was surprised with a nice gift of a Switch 2 on the throne, friends, which was ooh, a CB long neck. Congratulations. But yeah, a very, very thoughtful surprise. And then we want to smooth the top a bit. Just a tad. And we want to puff the inside a bit. And the edges. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm liking the look of that. If we look at our reference, it's feeling more like what we want. I don't know if I'll go full, this style necessarily on the hair, just because I feel like I would need to do a third particle layer. I'm not sure if my computer's ready to handle that. And I feel like a lot of this fuzz may not necessarily show up in the final renders. But I mean, overall, I think we got the effect pretty well. Like I could probably add a little bit more fur back here and then comb it back. That could be good. We do want the floofy neck, like the Foxander render, rather than it flowing down. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with this look. And I think the lighting is going to do a lot of the carrying as well. I do think we want a little bit longer hair on the top. We want to probably straighten it just a tad. And then a little bit of combing. Then we'll puff it up a bit. I think we want to comb it a little to the side. Looks like we got to comb it a lot more to the side. I think that works. Okay. And the idea is like for when I have like the goggles on, I'll just have a mask so like there's, you know, the fur doesn't have clipping issues. Yeah, adding the extra fur around the like the cheeks, I think, has done a lot for the overall look. And then like kind of like the last thing I'll do this probably more like after I do the animation phase. But I'm going to be using a plugin that can let me basically keyframe the fur placement, like the comb, like the combing the hair. So what I'll probably do is animate it first, and then afterwards I'll be like, okay, so if it was animated this way, then like hands would be moving, maybe like touching these parts of it to like, you know, turn the head kind of a thing. So I can leave like slight impressions and add like a little bit of like a boiling effect to the right spots to get a more convincing stop motion look. That's the plan anyway. So I think it should end up looking pretty good. But I'm already really happy with this. I might add a little bit more fur, like inside the ear, just to kind of sell a bit more of the look. Probably add a little bit more fur, like here, or maybe like some here, and then comb it in to kind of blend the fur, like the ear shape, in a bit more. But I'm kind of split on that. I think that probably would be worth it actually. So we can kind of work on that next. So we add some fur around the ears, like this. We increase their length. And then we comb it in. We need it to be a little bit longer. Especially here. There we go. We saw it. So let's see how this looks. That doesn't affect the... Ooh, a trout. Nice. I'm not seeing too much of a difference here. We gotta... The hope of Night Rain went well. Okay, now we can straighten. And we can comb it in. The other trouble I find when working with hair particles, especially when it comes to the texture of them, is it's almost better, I think, to have like the, like, I guess, kind of have it change where, like, you can't just think of like it painting on the face for the texture because, you know, where will be visible in like the layers of hair that peek out may not actually be where the particle started. In fact, it's oftentimes not. And so I think in terms of this, I don't know if there's necessarily a good way to do it in Blender at the moment. I'm sure there's plugins for it maybe, but like maybe like vertex paint hair or something. Um, uh, but being able to like kind of paint the color of fur directly onto it rather than using a texture would be ideal. Yeah, some fur to smooth out, but I am liking the ears a bit more. But it's certainly been a good kind of learning experience for Blender particles. I'm not sure why this is still so kind of untamed. I think that works. So I think, let's see. I think the next step would be to frame. Yeah, let's do some framing and maybe some lighting. Because we're gonna want to have a full body version. I'm going to assume. Yeah, this is how our guy looks. Oh, Turk, welcome in. How you doing? Let me give you a shout out. What? Oh, you've been playing Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Nice. Hope it's been a good one. Me, welcome in. I hope you're doing good. Occasionally, I lurk at times to see what you've been up to. A lot depends on if I'm like fully awake or not. Yeah. Hope it was a good stream. Yeah, we're working on this commission. I think. Whoops. I should be able to finish the model in the next couple of days. Oh, 70% through the map. Nice. That's a lot of progress, especially for a castle like a Metroidvania kind of game. Yeah, like this is the model we're working on. I'm sure we've seen it before because I've been doing this for like the last 3, almost 4 months. But yeah, so you can see we got goggles. It's probably gonna have some fur clipping, but I'll easily be able to mask that out later. And we got the vest. And then we have the glasses. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, of work. But yeah, I've done some rigging already. So you can see. Oops, it's easier if I not do the. Let's let's turn the goggles on. There we go. So I got some eye movement. And then I have, oops, what am I doing? There we go. I'm also pretty happy with something else I did. Hey, Realhead, how's it going? Thank you. So I've got it rigged so when the mouth goes up, the glasses only partially rotate with it. So, you know, they don't rotate straight into the head. They keep fairly upright. So I'm pretty proud of that. So even like a full mouth movement, which probably is not going to happen when I rig it, but even then it doesn't clip into the head. We do have a little bit of fur I gotta groom over there. But that's what we're working on right now is kind of fur grooming. So I gotta comb. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, so that's what we're working on right now. Is I think it's the other fur system that has that. There we go. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. A little bit of an early stream because, and even then, it's later than I planned because, yeah, I pushed the stream back 2 days already. But it's been a busy few days. Yeah. Birthday weekend, who knew? Okay, so we can just see if that. I feel like it's some of the longer particles when the mouth was opening that was clipping. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, I think you've already said it's a, but I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, there we go. So I gotta comb this stuff out of the way. It's doing that thing where there's like phantom hairs, which I am not a fan of. I feel like I got this area masked off too. So it's always a pain sometimes how the particle system ends up working. So if I do the particle edit, maybe we just narrow it down. Yeah, so it's this particle system. If I, hopefully this doesn't pass through. Yeah, it's still there. So I need to kind of get an idea of where it's coming from. Whoops, wrong thing. That's what it is. It's like clipping through the entire thing, I think. Nope, that's just, sometimes there's like bugged particles, which is always annoying. So we know it's from here. So maybe we will. Okay, I'll add these to group. So how does that look? A little naked, admittedly. But that's only on that particle system. How about the other one? Are we using group here? So if we get rid of that. Oh yeah. We get some fur there. Maybe if we duplicate group. Can we do that? Duplicator mask. We can. Okay, so we can make a copy. And then from here, we can remove that. So now if I go in here, system 2, we do group copy. Let me give us just a little bit more. Just a little bit, so we get some more on the edges. It's more ideal. Granted, I don't think the mouse is going to go that extreme either. It's going to be pretty tame. Let's see, do we have a camera? Camera. We do. And we know that we are going to render this kind of the opposite of like a portrait aspect ratio. Kind of want it higher up because this is like a, like eye level kind of. And that's kind of where some of the potential issues arise. The camera. Because we really like put your camera to fit the whole thing, but if your character, if you also want the camera to be eye level, then you kind of have to balance that out with everything. It's like, it's going to be presented in a 16 by 9, like a landscape. So you'd want the render itself to kind of look like that. Let's see, is this too flat for what we're doing? Because it's going to be closer, kind of closer up. Yeah, because generally what we could do is set it up like you normally would and then use another camera to kind of frame it the right way and then do a crop. There's always kind of like a push and pull with that, because if you do a crop, then normally your focal length is technically going to be much higher than it would normally be, just because like the closer you are to the middle and further away from you are the edges, is going to be less lens distortion. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Granted, Wes Anderson's stuff is already generally fairly flat, so I could always maybe lower the focal length with the knowledge that I'm gonna do a crop. And then we're not going to animate tonight, but we could at least maybe make a default pose. Like an idle pose, which will feel more natural. And then of course, here we are. We can make sure I might just be able to eyeball it kind of for the... Yeah, you want to relax the shoulders a bit, I think. Based on this, we want, I think... Yeah, a little bit of asymmetry can go a long way to feeling more natural. Well, let's see what you fish. Ooh, a filet of fish burger. Nice. Let's see if I subdivide. How does that work with the weights? They all go to this one. I see. And that, of course, breaks the parenting of the nose. So I'll just see if I need it later, I guess. The other fun thing is I can... Geez, if it was like made of wire, so we could always rotate the nose a bit. Whoops. I'll be looking at more reference of normally just like if they're very angular poses, honestly. That feels pretty organic. Granted, I'll probably have the arms by default up, kind of. But I'll kind of see what kind of shape language Christofferson normally has. Let's see. Let's see. So then the neck tends to be a bit further forward. Arms are a little bit further back. And they probably want to actually do that natural of a leg pose, now I think about it. Honestly, that's probably more like what it actually would be. Very flat, probably tied down to the ground. Which honestly looks pretty good here. Let's see. Yeah, so I feel like there'd probably be one arm up like this. I may need to increase the size of the or the fur. Maybe have it end a bit further down. Oh, thanks for the follow. This is just a default pose, of course, so yeah, just put it a little bit further down. So this is like gonna be like the default. I'll probably want to darken the hands a little bit to color match a bit more. And it'll just look like the eyes move, like the eyelids move a little bit. So like the eye shape rather. So I think I can do that. So I'll add blend shapes for that. So I think it's kind of like, you know, I think the top half can kind of like straighten out. And then so I can do straighten out and then the shaped version, like the extra shape for the rest of the blink. Yeah, I'll definitely change the lighting a bit. Because normally I think he likes to have a little bit of kind of like a hair light in the back. I mean, we kind of have one here, a little bit, not really. But we can kind of work on that. Save. So what lights do we have? We have one here. We have one here. I think my light layer is... It's not locked. It was just not working for some reason. Oh, we're in pose mode. Right. So we can warm this up a bit. We can probably darken the other one a bit. Maybe make it like... Then we want to have our hair light, which we think we'll have on. So we'll do a new one. Area. And I think we prefer a disk for this. And let me get kind of a strong yellow. Well, we'll start strong. See, are we using scene? Yeah, we're using scene lights. So now we're getting probably too much. Because it's definitely affecting everything else. Yeah. Let's adjust our exposure maybe a little. So we want to lower the color or the brightness on this one a little, like a 200. Let's see what you get. Ooh, Atlantic cod, nice. Yeah. See if I lower the exposure a lot. I wonder why it's still like mainly a white. Is I think it might be the color space we're using. That's a little annoying. That's fine. I guess feeling kind of what we want. Let's see, do we have let's do the compositor. Compositing, use nodes. Ambient. Oh, AO. Oh, we need to do render first. So we'll do one render image. I think I need to make it accessible actually on the settings. That's weird. Let's cancel that out. Let's do let's render image. And hopefully it won't look the same as it did last time. Oh, it also might cause this to take a bit of time. Or it might lag out the stream. Yeah, so it's a little worrying that it would look so odd. I'm gonna cancel that because I can feel it bugging out. I'll have to troubleshoot that other part later. But hopefully that was enough for the compositor. Ayo, okay. So we want to take ambient occlusion. Yeah, why is it doing that? It's so weird. I don't want anti-aliasing. That's not what I selected. Let's do a contrast. And then I think we want multiply. Interesting. Oh, I need to do a color math. A color mix will work. At least it should. Multiply. I need to do them in a different order. Oh, I want this to actually be the image. Oh, that's a cool look, honestly, but it's not what we're looking for. Composite. Let's adjust this. Let's put the brightness back. Factor 0.5, maybe. So if we do that, interesting. Now if I just put the AO, so AO is just gray here. So I'd really need to do a render for this to work. A little annoying. That's fine. Yeah, we'll just work on the compositor stuff later. And then for the fur, my best guess for why it was messed up is maybe the order. I think I need to maybe put them in front of the armature. No, that messes it up, I see. So maybe if I... Oh, that might be it. Then I need to make sure the sub... No, there we go. That was probably the issue. So I need to just make sure... So if I hit render again, let's make sure we render it at like 25 this time around. Render image. Yeah, so it looks normal. It's small, but it's normal. Unfortunately, this is cycles rendering, so it's going to take forever. Just need to hold out 10 seconds. And I just got to do some more processing. Should be fine. So what does the AO look like? Okay, so we do have ambient occlusion. Oh, but the ambient occlusion doesn't show. So just because the real-time ambient occlusion doesn't show, I see. A little bit of a bummer. If this was EV, like the old EV, I'd be able to do ambient occlusion a bit easier. Let's make sure all of our fur, if we have any subdivisions, are correct. There we go. Okay, we can save. I think I'll stop raids because we're probably going to wrap it up fairly soon for today. Okay, so we switch back this. Let's see how our lighting looks with our other toggles. You'll need to see maybe adding a little bit of fuzz. Was that really at the end of that one too? Oh, it was. Okay. Let's see what you get. Ooh, a scooter. Nice. That mixes things up from all the bikes that were from the other stream. I may need to adjust the color on the as well, so it's a little less warm. And probably reduce the shine a little bit because it's a little too chrome. In fact, I could just do that now. Roughness. Be like 1.5. Yeah, I think that's a good, maybe like a little bit more than that. Like 1.7. Yeah, I think that's a good happy medium. And then let's see how the other ones look. Glasses. Yeah, glasses look good. And the vest. Yeah, I think the vest looks good too. No fur clipping on the arms actually, which is kind of surprising. Oh, actually, no, there is because there's a cuff over here. So I might just increase the cuff size rather than much of anything else. But I think visually, like the lighting and everything, I think it looks good. Yeah, so I think the next stream, which hopefully will be tomorrow night, I should be able to animate. So it'll be fun. And there'll finally be a wrap on this model. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna rework this hand too. I think I should be able to just be able to use vertex colors to kind of maybe darken the hands a little bit because they're a little too pale. Yeah, let's tune up the pose just a tad more. And the eye head, I think was in the right spot. Yeah, not sure what this harsh shadow is here. Oh yeah, you can see some of the fur peeking through here. What's going on here? Oh, is there a modifier? What's going on? Yeah, I'm not sure what that harsh. Oh, that's some of it. It's probably the zipper. Well, what modifier should we have on here? Just subdiv. Yeah, we have these. seems there shouldn't be any though that where I'm seeing. Oh, I'm seeing clipping. Is there two here? There is. Okay, so that's the issue. So that's the problem. There we go. All clean. Now this is going to be on like a brighter stream background, so I think we do need to, I mean, easiest thing we can do for the time being is a scene world. Probably, maybe we can just do the studio. No, that's I want some more contrast in the eyeball. So I'll need to see what I can do about that. It might be the glass. Because I do know I have two kind of layers of glass here. Oh, nice. Another CB long neck. Let's see. I am on the cap, right? Yeah. How you doing, lazy? Oh, thanks for the save. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon here, I think. Yeah, so it seems like it's the glasses. Mm-hmm. Catch those big dreamfish. Yeah, be interesting to see. Oh, that is. All right. Ooh, a tuna, nice. Thank you, yeah. You'll need to work on these a bit, because I know they use a reflection from like an environment. Even with that though, there's the eye itself should be much clearer. So it's this material. Yeah, it doesn't seem to... If I get rid of these... Yeah, it's still... If I get rid of that... So it's kind of a mix of just the glass. Despite being more realistic, it's not really doing what I need it to. It's almost like too reflective. So if I hide it, so it's without. So it's much better without. Um, how is it if I rotate? Still about the same. Yeah, so I might need to have some custom lights just to get some clean reflections. And then I'll have to readjust my shader for the eye cap. So the roughness has a color ramp at the moment. So if I go into the shading, yeah, maybe a bit too much shine. I think the big thing will be adjusting my contrast to the actual eye texture. I think we should be able to do that. Well, here's the eyeball. So material 2. There we go, the iris. Oh, right. So that's what it... So if I just... Yeah, so it's a little too bright. I guess I could always do like a Fresnel mask, maybe on the reflections in the eye. Yeah, I think I'll leave that for next time though. I'm at a phase where I can start animating though. So that's what we're going to do next time. So let's move back over. And let's see who we can read over to. Let's see. Maybe we can head over to Rain today. Like we could either go to Rain or we could see someone playing Mother 3. I think we'll just keep it art today. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. And yeah, I'll try to do another stream tomorrow night. I'm gonna see how things go. Yeah, until then, I'll see you later. You have a good one. Bye bye.